That is a great way to start the trip off right there.
Just a frickin' beauty, John.
Good beauty. Nice.
Holy, is that a haul?
Sweet. Oh, that's a good.
Taz-in TV is brought to you by Yamaha Right Waters, preserving our natural resources today so you can enjoy them tomorrow. Illumarine Boats, just built better. Ocean Wave Sunglasses, handcrafted in Atlantic Beach, Florida since 1979, with additional support provided by Live Target Lures and Smith's Consumer Products, and supported once again by Tourism Saskatchewan. Welcome to Taz-in TV. Man, it's good to be back, and it's good to be back here at the lodge with it open for guests. The first crew in camp is the new Fly Fisher TV show. So Jenna, Caitlin, and their camera guy Ryan joined us for their first time here at Tazin Lake Lodge, and man, they got some amazing footage and caught some true giants. The fly fishing was so good that Dan and I want to go out there and try it ourselves, so they hooked us up with a few of their flies. Thank you very much. Welcome to the new season of Tazin TV. The Tazin Lake experience doesn't begin when you jump in the boat. It starts the moment the float plane leaves the runway. We flew in from Fort McMurray, Alberta, and while some people will use this ride to get a nap in, I can't help but look out the window and try to figure out how much energy exploration has taken place on the landscape and what piece of ground has never had a human foot on it. There's so many lakes in northern Saskatchewan that it's hard to count them as you fly over. My mind wanders to what's lurking beneath their reflective surfaces. Are there giant pike that haven't ever seen a lure? Are they deep enough for lake trout? While my curiosity gets the best of me, the knowledge I have of Tazin Lake brings me back to the realization that fishing will most likely be better at our final destination. I still enjoy the ride, however, as our pilot navigates his way across the most northerly active sand dune formations on the planet, the Athabasca Sand Dunes. In 1992, this area was protected and became the Athabasca Sand Dunes Provincial Park. The dunes are estimated to be around 8,000 years old and stretch 100 kilometers along the southern edge of Lake Athabasca. I'd flown over this area before, but I'd never seen the crown jewel of the dunes, a winding river that gives viewers a unique glimpse at something called braided channels, which are river channels that flow around temporary islands created by sediment. The William River flows north from Hale Lake to this sandy delta on Athabasca. Sharp edges of the Canadian Shield create a rugged terrain with water filling all the low points with lakes and rivers. As you fly over them, you rise over 500 feet in elevation to Tazin Lake, protected on all sides by high hills, but with 5 rivers flowing in and out, creating a trophy fish factory, bolstered by depths of up to 900 feet, and conservation efforts by both the lodge and the province, who have kept commercial nets off the lake and always will. Tazin Lake is a special place, a fishing paradise hidden away in Saskatchewan's northwest corner. I still can't believe that I get to experience it every year. And this season, we'll be introducing Tazin to a number of new people, including the crew from the new Fly Fisher. Now, before Dan and I could go fish, we had some work to do at camp. One of the hardest parts of running a remote camp on an island like this is flying in all your supplies. From food to tackle, even all your fuel has to come in by airplane. But once all the work is done, it's time to fish. Well, here we go, everybody. We're on Tazin Lake. We're excited to be here. First day. A couple of the guys are out there fishing now. We're going to go out there and try to meet up with them and see if we can't catch some big trout. Day 1, Tazin TV 2022. Woo! I'm really excited to try these swim baits from Live Target. It's a perch swim bait with a big tail, big thump on there. And what's really neat about this is your hooks are magnets. Have little magnets in it to keep your hook in line down there, so when that is swimming, You don't have hooks dangling around down there. Look at that. That's a pretty neat feature right there. I like it. So Dan's gonna try that one, and I'm gonna try this silver blue mackerel swim bait from Live Target. This one's just a little bit different, just got the single hook up on the top up there. We put these big baits on leaders, run weights in front of them, and troll down on the bottom around 1.5 miles to 2 miles an hour. And you might be here for a couple of hours before Moby bites, but every once in a while, it happens right away.
There's a fish.
Okay. What do we got? Well, we're hooked up on the Live Target pretty early on, and he is angry. This feels like a pretty good fish. And right now I'm just backing the boat up, trying to get him vertical so I can fight him a little bit better. Oh yeah. He is right down on the bottom.
Gosh, it just looks like you're snagged.
Whoa. Till he does that. This is a good fish. You definitely have to play these fish out a little bit, and then when you're fishing this deep, we really try to bring them up slow to try to let them equalize as they come up from that deep of water. Lake trout have an ability to self-regulate through their swim bladder, and they can release the air as they come up. He's starting to come up now. We might be able to make some progress on him. Whew. I love it. This is why we come to Tazin Lake right here. First fish of the trip. And it's gonna be a giant. Oh, there he goes. We've just been getting a little bit shallower, and he's just riding that bottom up as it gets shallower. And every time I try to bring him off the bottom, he gets angry. I think we're gonna make some progress here. He's at 30 feet.
Oh gosh, this thing is mega net.
I'm gonna try to bring him up. Ooh, he does not want to come up. Here we go. 15 feet.
That's like a 90-degree angle when you're wrong. About 10?
Yeah, it should be real close here. You might need to move up the boat a little bit.
Okay.
Here's the weights.
Yep. Oh yeah. Oh.
Ready?
Big fish.
Oh my God. We just caught Moby. First fish. Hell yeah. Woo. That's a good fish right there. That is a great way to start the trip off right there. 46-inch lake trout. Fought real hard. Just a beautiful fish. Fat, nice white tips on those fins. We're gonna get her back in the water. And man, what a great start to this year's Taz-in TV. Heck yeah. Woo. Just like that, there she goes, right down to the bottom. No problems at all. We caught that fish on a new lure. It's from Live Target, silver and blue mackerel. One pinched barb on there, we pinch all our barbs, and a nice thumping tail on the back right there. New bait this year, gonna be using that one again. How good is it to be back, Trevor?
It's amazing. Thanks for asking, Bret.
It's amazing to have the doors open again and rock and rolling. So we had a great start to the season with the new fly fisher coming in. You know, we were still kind of opening camp, so it was just them in camp, and fishing was really good. We got into lots of big ones, super monster pike, and some great weather. You know, as a whole, it was very interesting fly fishing as well as conventional tackle. So it was kind of comparing the two to show the differences between them. So it turned out really good, and it was a very enjoyable trip.
He's got a good one.
Oh, he's got a good one.
That's a big fish. Oh, that's a big fish.
Not used to being on this end of the interview. My name's Jenna Mckeown, and I am one of many hosts for the TV show The New Fly Fisher.
What is the new fly fisher?
The New Fly Fisher is a television show that airs on YouTube as well as a few broadcast television networks. And our goal is to not only educate people about different techniques for fly fishing, about different species, but also showing all the different areas all over Canada, the US, even some more locations abroad that you can fish for incredible species. I am very fortunate to have grown up in a family where my father is an avid fly angler, so this is actually his show, his company, and again, very fortunate to have had the opportunity to start working through the company for the show through him, and to have learned a lot through my dad and then also through all of the other incredible hosts.
The biggest thing I've ever caught in my entire life.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah, brother.
While Jenna was telling us about the new fly fisher, their editor, Caitlin Martell, was in another boat next to us fishing with Trevor Montgomery.
So
Hold on, Ryan.
Yeah. You all right?
Oh yeah.
So good. Right on.
Trolling out on the lake today, I caught a 45-inch laker.
Yeah, how awesome is that?
That was awesome. That was a more aggressive fight than I was expecting. 43.
You just go easy, right? Keep the bend of the rod, kind of let him fight the rod.
I'm so out of breath.
So when you get the weights, you're gonna pull up once you get to the weight. So, okay, and you're gonna pull up just a little bit. Let him do his thing. He's a big one. He's a great big one.
They are fun. They're very fun to fight. Very strong.
There we go. Oh yeah.
Kind of thought I was hooked on bottom for a bit. I was like, this isn't going anywhere.
Hey, that's a Moby. Nice.
Trevor's like, oh, just you wait.
Live target, baby.
Caitlin just got a massive lake trout, and this is her first ever fishing trip, like ever. She's caught a few like small panfish before, but really no angling experience at all for fly fishing, no conventional fishing experience really, and radio just said she's got the biggest fish she's ever seen in her life, so it's pretty awesome that that's attainable here at Tazin Lake Lodge.
That's right. Trevor said over the radio we got Moby, and anytime he uses the word Moby, it's a big one. There's big fish out here.
Yeah. Amazing experience.
First off, it's really neat that you have this kind of topography. Mm-hmm. It's super unique to this part of northern Saskatchewan. I've worked a lot, I've filmed a lot all over northern Saskatchewan, all over many of the provinces here in Canada, but it's definitely special. You go from super flat to a lot of hills, kind of not mountains, but large hills, rolling hills.
But you came here to fly fish and you caught some trout on the fly rod.
I did.
Is that the first time catching lake trout on a fly rod?
Yeah, first time ever catching lake trout generally. So absolutely first time on a fly rod. And that's pretty awesome. It's a very unique experience, it's a very unique fight, very different than a lot of other freshwater species that you'd you'd fly fish for. Really awesome fight. Super fun action on a fly rod. The pike fishing has been just out of this world. It's really hard to find the words when it's a lot of trophy. A lot of trophy northern pike. There's a reason I love coming northern pike fishing up in Saskatchewan, up in northern Saskatchewan, and here at Tazin Lake. Just again, there's no words. It's been phenomenal.
How many times did you break your personal best?
Twice.
Is that the best day of pike fishing you've ever had?
Yep. Easily.
Watch the show.
Watch the show. It's going to be a killer.
It's a nice healthy fish too, eh? Not a mark on it. Just a frickin' beauty, Jenna.
Hey, this was as much of you as it was me.
Excellent. Excellent. Great day.
Fucking a stellar day. Great, doesn't even get to cover it.
Absolutely. Yeah. There you go. Lovely.
Oh, man.
In terms of big fish, it was probably the best pike fishing day I've seen. I've filmed. We've had a few days where you get a handful of 40-inch fish, but to get 3 nice fish over 45 on a fly, it's hard to beat that.
That's so cool.
And in shallow water and sight fishing to one of them, like you can't do that.
Yeah, I heard you got some pretty cool underwater stuff.
Yeah, a lot of cool underwater stuff and some footage that I didn't think I would get. Yeah.
And this water is so clear here.
Mm-hmm.
This moment of clean water is brought to you by Yamaha Right Waters.
Tazin Lake was super cool. I've been to a few places in northern Saskatchewan and I saw some of the biggest fish of my life here this week, and for them to be caught on fly, it's pretty awesome. And those trout that you guys have here, there's a world record, like everyone said, in this lake. So it's a very special place. The people are great, the accommodations were great, the food was great.
How good is it to be back at Tazin with an open camp?
It's the best feeling to be closed for a couple of years. It's nice to be back.
Yeah, for sure. And busy this year.
Yeah, we've got a lot of people. We've had some cancellations with it, which is poor because of travel.
Can we just stop for 1 second and talk about how you pronounce the word poor? Because poor. It's become a running joke for me and Dan, and it's hilarious that you said it right away in the interview. It's poor.
That's what it says.
It doesn't always work out like this, but my first fish of the trip was a 46-inch lake trout, and Dan is about to catch his first fish of the trip. How big do you think it'll be?
Well, here we go.
Light is on. How much you got a lot of line out yet?
98 feet. On the live target perch. Well, we just pulled over a spot, kind of found it. It's not a new spot, but kind of the spot on the spot. Found it yesterday. Marked some fish and pulled over it, and guessing this bait just got through it and tap. Finally actually got a good hook set in this one, feels like. I'm not gonna jinx myself yet, but here we go. Just starting to get it vertical, just getting good head shakes. Hasn't made any big runs yet. So it's 65, 62 feet now. There's an arm burner. We might actually be real. Back down. just not ready to come in the boat. Gonna let her do her thing, but I just want to see her now. Yeah, can't really get past that 50 mark. She keeps running back down, but it's not bad. Let her regulate a little bit. Yeah, 46 on the counter. It's gonna be tough to see air bubbles with this weather. We'll let her sit here for a bit while we can. It's a little heavier than the fish we find back home. Don't think this is a walleye. Yeah, that's probably the biggest fish I've ever caught in my life. No doubt. 36 on the counter.
Big smile, Dan.
Catalog photo. Especially here, you don't have to fake it. All right, 18. We're getting close. There's weights. Oh yeah. That is a good one. Nice!
Oh, what a beauty.
Nice!
Holy, is that a haul?
Sweet! Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Oh yeah.
That is a good one. Dan, what do you think?
Oh, what a beast. I mean, you can't go to another place and find fish like that and expect to catch fish like that. That is just unbelievable. Oh, perfect. Unbelievable.
Get a measurement?
Yep, got it. Oh, yeah.
44.
There's one end. 46 up here. Nice! Heck yeah. Thank you, guys.
So Dan and I each started off our trip with a 46-inch lake trout. That's not typical. Usually, you'll start off by catching a number of small ones first. And usually, it takes a while to get that big one. But most people who come to Tazin Lake Lodge get that big one. We hear about personal bests all the time because Tazin Lake is a special place. In fact, we feel like the world record is swimming here and that it's just a matter of time before someone who comes up to Tazin Lake Lodge catches it.
Dina is hooked up. Is this the fish we've been looking for?
Oh, got it! He's a monster. Oh, he's a monster.